which is students of an engineering or a science degree or a social arts degree. That's carrera in Mexico. Graduate would be master's or PhD programs. Industrial training, maybe you're training in industry level or for pay for people outside of the regular institutions. If so, you can put other, if none of those match. Where's your blog? So you should have created your blog. For example, I have various blogs. So maybe there's this one, blog.kenbauer.me is one blog I have. I also think I have kennethbauer.blogspot.com. Here's another one. But whatever your blog is, make sure it's like the public view, not your logged in view, and copy paste that link and put it over here on the form. If you know what your RSS feed is and you're technical that way, go ahead and put that in. It's optional. I made it optional. And if you have any other comments, it looks like the box is a little behaving better now. If you have any other comments or things you need to communicate to me, put it in there, hit that submit button, and we're good to go. I really need that because I need your URLs for your blogs so I can do some magic here. I'll show you how I do the magic. Let's take a look at magic. So once I know what your blog addresses are, I can show stuff from your blogs. And this is where the real interesting part of this course happens. Okay. There's this all blogs at the top, and I can actually figure out which blogs are people from tech and which people are for outside and separate it that way, or undergraduate and graduate. I could do all sorts of categorization based on that information you gave me. So right now, if you hit all blogs, all it's showing here is any blog posts from anyone in the course that I've got their blog URL. So if you add your blog URL to this, this is just showing everything right now. We're going to start categorizing based on week and content information, but right now we've just got general blog posts. And you can see if I click on any of these, it's going to go to their blog post. So I could go to Hortensia's blog post. I'm just going to open it up in a new window here. And we can see this is Hortensia's blog post, which is basically hello world. Great. She's got her blog set up. She followed the instructions. And now I expect she'll send her reflections here soon. Or here, hola saludos from Ana Lilia. Good. It's basically just a hello world, and that's just fine. Let's take a look at Fernando Villarreal. He also did basically hello world. Okay, so I started one there just so I'll have one, and I was actually just testing the system. Here's another one. For some reason, this image is broken. I'll fix that myself sometime. There it is. Mis Pasiones blog. Another hello world from Chris, I guess. I guess if I hit Cerca de, it should tell me about her or him. No, kind of semi-anonymous, but that's okay too. Blog de Carla. So Carla wrote a bunch. This is great. So let's go over and see Blog de Carla. And we can see that I know this is Carla. And she wrote a bunch. Actually, I've already read this. And I think she also did a video, but I don't see it linked in here. Carla, I think you did a video. And if you did, you should probably try to embed it here. That'd be great. Let's look at a couple others. There's William also made a blog there, and he wrote a bunch. I don't want to click on all of them, kill your time. I know Alejandro. Oh, look, we've got more than one page worth. So let's go to the next page. I know Alex Andrade. There it is. There's Alex Andrade's post. Let's click that again. You'll notice that I'm syndicating your blog posts. They're here. I can see them on this page, and everybody in the world can see them on this page. But if they click on the link of your blog post, it goes to your blog. And this is the thing I want to do, is drive traffic to you so people can see what you're doing. This isn't my site and my content. This is your content. So Alex wrote a good post here. I've already read this, and I talked to Alex the other day. And look, he embedded his video message as well in here. So it combines both of those things. So you can come in and check the video messages. All right. So this is the idea. And even better is go down to the bottom here and make a comment. Look, I made a comment. Alex replied to me, and he said, let's meet about something. And then I said, yeah, hey, go make a meeting and talk with me. All right. So there we go. And I'm apologizing for my bad Spanish grammar there. So that's that. So that's how it works. And I'm going to do some more magic stuff there. I want you just a little bit quick overview again. And this gets started, it's kind of the mechanics and how to set up a blog and all of the details. Any other kind of tips and hints about technical stuff, about how to use Twitter well, or set up Tweetdeck, or how to make videos, all these kind of tech shoppy things. I might change this menu name to meet that better. I'll put under here. Right now it's just a single thing. Units shows our units. There's a general schedule. I've said this before. The introduction video I sent the other week, and unit 0, which is the unit 0. I already showed you register blog. All blogs is the one we're not looking at now. Remember, there's the privacy policy, the comment policy. Those are important for me to have up there, just so people know what's my privacy policy and comment policy on my blog. If you're interested, you can check that out. And Twitter and contact us. It's right there. All right. So you'll also notice, let's go to the unit. Let's go to unit 0. Again, every week I'm going to make one of these pages which explains what we're doing this week. And obviously this week, I already explained it. At the beginning of the week, I put up these videos, and then I'm saying what you need to do. And there's 2 parts: what you need to do, set up your environment and initial thoughts. What you should do after. Please make some discussion. You can do it here. I'll show you here at the bottom. And go to other people's blogs and comment on them, read them, interact with everyone in the class. There's lots of people. Don't get, here's the thing, don't hit the panic button. Don't overload. There's going to be like 100 or more people in this course. Probably too many for you to see everything. Too many for me to see everything. So choose some. Maybe there's a group of people in your campus, or just try to randomly pick some people. I'm going to actually make a random button there, so you can just go look at a random post. So I'll help you that way. This week's activities laid out in a Monday to Friday, actually till Sunday type of thing. These are the actual like kind of online in-present activities. So Monday I released. Wednesday we had an office hours like this one. Wednesday evening we had this video session with Crystal Kirch, Katie Lanier, and Audrey McLaren. It was a great session. All of these sessions are live. You can connect at that time and ask us questions via Twitter. Is the best option, because I'll watch the Twitter feed as we're doing that and tag it with OpenFlip. If you don't understand any of this, please find me and I'll help you in person or online. But the cool thing about this is those are recorded. So if you click on that video session with experts, and I'll make a page with all the videos together so it's easy to see, you can see what we talked about on Wednesday evening. We talked about the importance of blogging, the importance of Twitter. I think we talked a little bit about videos and Flip Classroom in general, and we had questions from the audience. That was great. On Thursday, yesterday afternoon, we had another session with Kate Baker and Troy Cockram. And Troy's also the host with Joan Brown of the Flip Learning podcast, which is a great podcast you should listen to. Kate writes a lot on her blog and writes a lot on Twitter. You should follow both of them. Excellent, excellent leaders in this community. And English teachers, if you're interested in English, not as a second language, English literature. Go check out what they're doing. And listen, we kind of had the same conversation with a little bit of a different twist. So it was nice to have a different time format and different people. And today, here, we're doing this now, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Guadalajara time online. I'm actually going to do a session from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. downstairs in the area we call Prof. Cuatro, which is Desarrollo Académico for the campus. I've got a session down there. Anybody who wants to come and see me, if you're watching live now, you can come and see me at 9 a.m. Again, the course still has a lot of time for people to register. If you want to register, hit that register your blog. So at the bottom of every assignment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this comment area open. So you can leave a comment. And as soon as you do leave a comment, this page will fill up with comments. Okay, there's a little bit of protection to make sure people don't spam things. You should put your name. You can be semi-anonymous if you want. Again, you can put Batman there if you don't want people to know who you are on the internets. Put your email, put your email there. This will not be published in the comment. I will know about it. It's on my blog format, but I have a privacy policy. I won't release your email without asking your permission. And you could put your website. So if you've got a blog, and you do because you're in this course, put your blog URL there. And then when people are reading your comment, go, wow, that's a really interesting comment. Click, and they're going to click on your name, and they're going to go see your blog and see what cool stuff you're doing. If you put a comment here and you want to get email alerts that someone put a reply to your comment, you could click this button here, notify me of follow-up comments by email. You could also hit this click, notify me of new posts by email. You probably don't want to do that. I might want to disable that because I'm not sure if you're going to get killed, because there's going to be literally hundreds, if not close to thousands of posts hitting this blog over the course of the course. All right, so there's that. Any other questions? Please reach out, email me. A lot of people have been emailing me, and that's excellent. Don't be shy. Don't feel overloaded. Don't feel lost. A lot of people feel lost in this type of course because there's no linear exactly what I need to do, which is many ways what flip learning is about. Okay, so that's the TLDR, or maybe too long didn't watch for the first 12, 13 minutes. All right, so I'm going to kick off this screen share. All right, you can come back and look at me again. I'm going to grab my coffee here. Let's see. I forgot to mention it because I jumped in at the last second. You should be on Twitter. And if you're on Twitter, you should be asking questions on Twitter. Let's see. Carla's got some advice. Oh, that was 10 hours ago, so I don't think she's watching me live right now. Keep it simple. Find a friend to work with and jump in. Oh, live. Great. So it looks like Carla might have, I think she watched our session from yesterday. Let me share this because it makes more sense if I share this page. I'm going to screen share again. Hold on for a second. I'm going to screen share my Twitter client. Okay. Sent to everyone. All right. So here's my Twitter client. I use something called Tweetdeck. Tweetdeck. It's a client. You can just load this up on a web browser. Actually, I think Twitter bought them. Pretty sure Twitter bought them. But this is a program that runs on my Mac. You can find it, I think, in the Mac store, in the Apple store. Right, the App Store. There we go. I'm pretty sure you can find it there, or you can just download it. It's available for Windows and Mac, and I'm pretty sure there's a Linux version. Or you can just run it inside your web browser. And what's really cool about Tweetdeck, okay, and I'm going to say a few things about Twitter. Twitter's not really about following people, okay? It's more about following conversations. And this is kind of the classic view here. This left column is my Ken Bauer user. The people I follow when they send things, I can see what they're sending. So that's kind of like what you're used to in Facebook. So I'm going to see Jeremy here does some great work with Chris Botti, who's a musician, and I think he's his manager, his tour manager. So he travels around with him. He was in Guadalajara just recently, and I didn't know. Bummer I didn't get to see him. So he's a guy I knew from high school. Other people that I follow, Tim Owens does a lot of work in connected courses, and actually runs the site that a lot of you might be hosting on eventually. Christina Ross is involved in flip learning as well. She's actually going to present with Kate Baker that was on yesterday at the next FlipCon. I just talked to Kate about her presentations that are coming up. And then other people I follow. There might be some of my students here. Most likely, the bulk of my feed is education and technology type stuff. So that's what I follow. And then there's stuff like hockey. This guy posts about hockey. Great blog about hockey, about the Edmonton Oilers. So there's that. And this is the home feed that I have for, say, the Open Flip, because I run two different Twitter accounts. Actually, I have more, but for you, I just have two. There's me, and there's the Open Flip Twitter account. I can see people that account follows. And then when people tag me, say, for example, Angela yesterday said thank you to her, PLN, which is Personal Learning Network, and she said thanks to me and some other people. This shows up in my notifications. Or if somebody else tags me, like Brad did, or if someone new follows me, or if someone favorited something I sent out, I'm going to get notifications. So that's kind of just a messaging thing. Now, here's where the important part of Twitter happens. Okay. So Twitter has hashtags, and these are just kind of like categories. And when you write something, you'll notice this post. I'll just click on this. So it brings up and focuses on this post. Remember to set a feature image on your blog posts, and I hit Open Flip with a hashtag there. What that does is create a category, and if you decide to follow that hashtag or search that hashtag, my post will appear, and all of the other posts which someone has posted with that hashtag. So that's a way to follow conversations or topics or groups. And that's really important. So I think you should all be following OpenFlip like I am. So I can see most of these are me right now, which is kind of boring, or the OpenFlip user. But Kate posted here yesterday a couple times. Erendira posted about her Samantha. This is what I want you guys to do too, is so if you make a new post or make a new video, post to Twitter, right? She also tagged my user, my OpenFlip user, Semana Zero Tarea, and linked to her blog and did the hashtag OpenFlip in case people are following OpenFlip. And now I can open that and go, oh, excellent. Thank you. Oh, and this is another example. Erendira put her post and she also put her video. Sorry, I haven't looked at this yet. I'm going to look at it later. I don't want to do it while I'm on a live video so I can give you some feedback. All right, so there's that. So that's what I want you to do is post to OpenFlip. It could be about your assignment, but it also, any question you have. Remember, there's over 100 people probably in this course. If you ask a question and tag it OpenFlip openly to Twitter, then myself or Yolanda or Carla or Erendira or maybe Kate's going to see it because she's maybe just wanting to follow our stuff because Kate just does too many things. Anybody on the internet could see your post and get involved. And I actually saw random people yesterday, like Dan Koch, this guy, started following the stuff we were doing on the Hangout session on Wednesday evening, and he's not involved with the course, I'm pretty sure. And Angela as well is not in the course. But creating this community that's open allows the entire internet to get something from what we're doing. So that's why I like doing this. I also follow Flip Class, obviously. This is the main tag that people use about Flip Learning. On Monday evenings at, let's see, it would be 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, or 7 p.m. my time here in Mexico City, Guadalajara. We have a 1 hour long chat where we'll all communicate using this channel. I'll talk about that more as we go forward. And then I also have my courses. I have 2 different courses. And I made a search that follows both tags in my courses. Tends to be just me. These are private messages people send me. There's also a Mex Ed chat for Mexico, education in Mexico. They talk a lot, and that's great. I was conversing with them a couple weeks ago. Connected courses I follow. Ed chat I follow. Professional development using Flip Learning I follow. And then all of my favorites are listed here. So this is how I use Twitter. I'm not going to say this is how you use Twitter, but this is how I use Twitter. Twitter's not necessarily about following people. It's about following conversations. All right, so let me get back to the feed. And so what'll happen is when we're doing one of these Hangouts, and these office hours tend to be just me, what I really want to happen is that you post to me on Twitter and try to join the Hangout. And so you could actually, if you want to, I'm trying to find, where's my window so I can see what I'm doing. You could ask me via Twitter or email or something, and I can invite you and you can be connected to this video and we can talk one-on-one, 2-on, 5, 10, I think 10 people we can go up to, or 15. It gets noisy when you get too many people. But we can all be on this Google Hangout on air, and in live, you can ask me questions with your video in the feed. We've done this before in previous courses, and I'd like to get people active that way. I'm going to see if I do an evening session as well. We'll see how that goes. So the other option is, if you don't want to be on the video, just post to Twitter and hashtag the OpenFlip or tag me with @Ken_Bauer, and I will get an alert and I'll know you have a question and I can answer your question right here live online. So let's see. I'm going to just sit back and have some coffee and breathe. So I'll repeat, critical, go to the main page and please register again. I know it's a pain that I made you register twice. I didn't have things set up 100% for the course before I started, but I wanted to get a call out for interested people to register, especially their emails, so I could send you emails with more information about the course. I'll keep using that email service I'm using. I'm using MailChimp, which allows me to send out emails so that it goes a single email to each person and you can't see everybody's emails. So that helps with privacy. And it also, if you get tired of these things coming and you say, no, Ken, I don't want emails, I'll just go to the site when I want to. That's fine too. The MailChimp service allows you to unsubscribe from these lists that I'm making. That works really well for this course, and I'm actually using it for my students as well to control my messages when I need to tell them something that's important. So there's that. Yeah, just have fun and don't panic. It might take a while to get the hang of what we're doing. I'll try to keep it clear. I was talking to some colleagues that were looking at other courses like the U-Show course or the digital storytelling course 106, and they went to these sites and I actually sat with someone and watched them navigate the site, and they didn't kind of understand because it's hard to navigate a site that's not completely linear. And I'm going to try to linearize this course as much as I can, but I don't like to keep us inside boxes and restrict what we're going to do. So I'll give you guides. I'll say what you need to read for each week. I'll release that on Monday or probably Sunday for the next week's first pillar of flipped learning, flexible environment. You could just go and read, and you've got the title. Go ahead and Google flexible environment, flipped learning pillars, and you'll start finding articles about this. And that's what I want you to think about. I'll give you some suggested readings or some suggested videos or other resources to start looking at flexible environment. And then I'll give you some suggested ones. So there might be like what I really recommend you read or view. I can't force you to, obviously. And then maybe some other ones that are suggestions. And if you have suggestions, put them there in the comments or send a tweet to me and tell me, hey, Ken, I think people should watch this. Or if you're watching this and doing this course in Spanish or Korean or Japanese or whatever, maybe you want to help that community of people and say, I recommend these resources. And hopefully if it's in a language I don't understand, I'm going to have to get a translator, figure out if it's not spam. Let's see what else. That's it, really. It's an exploratory course for you to think about your practice as an educator and how flipped learning can or even cannot help you. Well, maybe it's not for you, and that's fine. What I really want for all of our faculty here at Tec de Monterrey is know what this is and make a conscious decision. This will work for me or this won't work for me and my students. I want to bring out questions. Let's see. I'm going to bring out a question from I think Mari made a post. So if we go to all blogs, I'm not showing this right now. I'll just, might as well. Let me screen share again. I'll screen share that because then you can look at something more interesting than my face. Let's see. I read Mari's post yesterday and I was conversing with her over email. There we go. Flip learning in Prepatec. So Mari Marin, I believe from Leon, wrote her post, and she's talking about, and I'm going to translate quickly here. The ones that are reading in Spanish can read this in Spanish, and I'll translate for the English viewers. Despite this, as a professor of high school, I'm asking, are my kids ready for flipped learning? And my answer is, I don't know. My biases tell me no, that they're still not capable of studying the theory, the stuff you read out of the books by themselves, and they still need their professor. So they're not ready because they're not capable of studying by themselves, and they still need a professor. But surely I'm wrong. Mari writes like me, like self-deprecating comments. It's interesting. I know she's really smart, and it's probably just self-deprecating. And it's just this reason that I'm here. I want to compare. Quiero comprobar que estoy en un error y todo es cosa de perder mi. So I want to see if I'm just wrong, and this is just about fear. What do you think? And that's great. I love that she ends her blog post right there with, what do you think? And that's something I learned from others is always try to lead your readers of your blog into hitting that comment button, right? So she's hosting on WordPress, and one feature of WordPress is you can hit this reblogger or reblog. And what that'll do is if you have WordPress, and I have WordPress, and WordPress knows I have WordPress because look, it shows me this black bar. If I hit reblog, it will automatically create a new blog post on my WordPress blog. And I think quote this, and then I can kind of make a blog post on my own blog referring to Mari's blog, which is kind of cool. Or you can just hit I like, and she'll get a message saying that somebody liked her post. But I think more important than like is actually, if you really like it, get down there and hit comment. In this case, I don't have to leave my information because WordPress already knows who I am because I'm logged into WordPress because my blog's on WordPress. I use it a lot. Again, same deal as I put my comments there, and I already did. You can see I put my comment up here, so I'm not going to make another one. And then I hit the notify me of new comments by email because I use email a lot. And that way, if someone replies to my comment, I'll get an email alert and I'll remember to come back here and take a look at the other person's comment and maybe start a conversation. That's what this is all about. So that's great. Thank you, Mari. My reflections on this was there's a lot of people doing flipped learning in K-12. Okay, and I don't think it's really about are their students ready in a maturity level sense that they need to be older, but I think it's just that they're used to this, and a lot of us are afraid of change. And I don't want to give my opinion too much because I want you to explore in this course. So I'll leave that. So let's go back to what's the name of the course? aulainvertida.org, which I bought that domain, redirects to our course. It's easier to remember for some of you. Not easy to remember for me. I'm always going to the main one. So yeah, so come back to the course. You can watch his videos. I'm going to start playing around with the layout a bit. You'll notice if you go to Unit 0, the layout's a bit different but funky. It's got this sidebar down here, which doesn't have much in it. I'm going to populate the sidebar. The cool thing about the sidebar is this sidebar can be the same on all pages, and there'll actually be a bar down at the bottom here. But I need to kind of stretch that sidebar so it goes all the way up the side, not just down from the middle. So I'll fix that. But just keep coming back to what our week's session is or to the home page, and I'll start to flesh this out in a different layout so it makes more sense to people that are coming back to the course. Let me go and check messages. No, I don't see anything in the messages. Let me turn off the screen share again because I don't want everybody seeing my email. I'm going to open up email and see if there's any anybody screaming to me an email saying, Ken, I'm lost. This is crazy. Nope, nobody's lost, or you're so lost that you're not actually emailing me to say you're lost. So what else? ¿Qué más, niños? Hey, there's Yolanda. Let's see. I'll be back. All right. So I might just wrap this up early since there's no questions coming in. I've got another session right now from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Down in our kind of the area where all of the sessional professors meet and do their work and print stuff out and work on computers and meet with students. And then we have our offices there for the professional development people in Desarrollo Académico. I'm going to be down there from 9 till 10 a.m. this morning. I'll close the door here so I'm not bugging people. What else can I say? Videos. Let's see. I'll share again here. So let me do one more screen share here. Actually, let me bring up the page first. So some people might be thinking, how can I make a video? All right. So answer one is just grab your iPhone or regular camera that has a video feature with sound that you use to record your kids or whatever. So let's present this. I think it's presenting Screencast-O-Matic. So if you don't want to go out and buy commercial software, go ahead and just go to Screencast-O-Matic. This is great. I think it's a version, the latest version, I think you start and you download a program to your Mac or your Windows machine. I haven't used this for a while because I use a different piece of software. The version I used before, you just hit the start recording button and it will literally start recording. I don't want to do this right now because it might freak out the fact that I'm recording while I'm recording. So you might want to just use this. What this does is it will let you record what you're doing on your screen as well as what's coming out of your video camera, or into your video camera, I guess, and into your microphone, wherever your microphone's configured. My microphone's down here. I have this really cool snowball microphone, which has good quality sound and works great in a classroom environment for me. But you can use whatever you want. Use the built-in one. The only suggestion I have is if you're using the built-in speaker microphone on your laptop, be careful not to like bang on the keys or move it because it's picking up all those sounds. That's why you get better sound if you're using an external microphone, perhaps a lapel one, which plugs into your microphone jack on your laptop or desktop computer. Even on your iPhone or your Android device, it's good to use an external microphone. So yeah, Screencast-O-Matic, it records what you're on the screen, the video and the audio, and up to 15 minutes if I remember right. My students use this a lot. Really easy to use. That's one option. There's other options like just use a camera. What I'm using lately is called Camtasia, which will send you to the TechSmith site. So we go to TechSmith site, products, well, there it is right there, Camtasia. Illustrate your point with video. And there is a free trial, or you can buy the PC version or the Mac version because they're actually different. The PC version has some extra features to embed quizzes inside the videos. So while the students are seeing the video, they have to answer a question before they get to advance. And it's not just one is better than the other. They're different products, which is interesting. I have the Mac version, and I actually have a license for the PC version, which I use when I are experimenting with those features. Mac version does everything I need, though. But there's a free trial. This is 30 days. So if you're interested in looking at Camtasia for video creation, I recommend when you think it's a good point at time to take advantage of this 30-day free trial and actually use it, maybe after exams are over for much of my colleagues, which will be in another week. Hit that free trial button. You'll get 30 days to try out how Camtasia works for you. So maybe you want to try that out for 30 days. I really like it. That's what I'm using to record all of my sessions that I send to you on Mondays and for my students. So if there's no other questions on Twitter coming in, and it looks like we're not, nope. Just that one from 11 hours ago from Carla saying thank you to Troy and Kate's posts about, or their comments about why to blog and why to use Twitter. So I'll sign out for now. Please, 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 if you're finally listening to the last 40 minutes, last minutes of this 40-minute video, please register on the site again so that I have your Twitter, your YouTube, your blog address. I should have asked for your Google Plus as well, because that would have made it easier for me to invite you to Hangouts. If you have Google Plus, maybe you want to just throw it in the comment bar because I didn't put it as a field. I might put it in there right now so that people that are registering from now on will have that in their field as well. If you don't know what your Google Plus ID is, all you have to do is navigate to plus.google.com/me. And what that does is it redirects to what your URL is for you. It might be some big long number. It might be if you've had Google Plus for long enough and you requested it. I think it was a request many years ago. I've had to use Google Plus for close to 4 years now when it just was released. You'll have a nice name like mine is plus.google.com/+Kembauer. So if you send that to me as well, it makes it easier. Or if you follow me on Google Plus, and I'll try to put you in a group for this course, it makes it easier for me to send out invitations for these office hour meetings so that you can join anytime you want. And it makes it easier for me to bring you into this video conversation. So that's all for today. I'll be watching things this weekend. So if you have questions, I can't promise I'll be on all the time. I've got things to do with family and that. But I'll monitor my email. I'll monitor my Twitter. If you have questions or you need some help, just ask me. But I really recommend, rather than ask me, post to Twitter, hit that hashtag #OpenFlip, and then everybody in the course that follows that hashtag could help you as well. That's really what the message is for today. All right. Have an excellent weekend, and we'll be in touch. Thanks.